the words of the legendary, in the words of Freeway, first things first. I want to give thanks to all of the people who have checked out my Railfanning channel. I first got on YouTube years ago, posting up a Railfanning video in Fostoria, Ohio. This was a long time ago. And I was personally doing it for my archives. I've been enjoying trains since the age of 5 back in Norwalk, Connecticut with the Amtraks and the Metros. And then returning to Ohio and then seeing the chassis systems and the seaboard systems on the B&O Railroad in Lima. So, yeah, I've been liking trains for a long time. Still do. Have a model train that is being built downstairs. With that said, the videos accumulated. I mean, I had to make a separate channel for the Railfanning in particular. I'm still going to work on my music. I still enjoy my music. But, yeah, I have a Railfanning channel, so I'm thankful. I thought I was the only person that was doing this Railfanning, but no, this is worldwide. I've seen Railfanning footage across the world, and it's beautiful. I look forward to making more tour videos. It took a while for me to go ahead and finally put one together, but it was due time for me to take a small tour. And I figured Pittsburgh, I haven't taken a trip around Pittsburgh since going to New York, and I could just fly to New York now. So finally took a tour and figured I'd call it the tunnels, curves, and Toona. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Bump it, let's go with that. I bring to you, ladies and gentlemen, the tunnel, curves, and Toona tour. So without further ado, let's go. So I planned on just going to West Newton, Pennsylvania. Yes, I found the B&O Railroad in that area. Then I was going to go to the Horseshoe curve, but I didn't know that, Gallitzin Tunnel was right there. So then I do the Horseshoe curve. And since I'm right there, I'll go ahead and do a grade crossing in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Then I messed around and made it back to Pittsburgh to catch the legendary Pam's Diner to get breakfast. Then, since I've already done some Railfanning in Seawickly and Western Pittsburgh, I figured I'd do some in the eastern part of it. Then go ahead and return on back to Columbus. So that's the plan. Let's go. Man, going up 70 East, I used to travel to Brooklyn, New York, Flatbush in particular, to go see my son. I'm familiar with I-70 and the Pennsylvania Turnpike and Interstate 78. Let me just say that. And I remember so many times when I was looking for the B&O Railroad, because I knew that it would cross I-70. I just kept thinking that it was along the Monongahela River. I finally realized it was along the Yokley-Haney or something like that river. Couldn't quite get it the way I wanted it. So I finally get to West Newton to clear up another former sad memory. And doggone it. I didn't have time to pull up. I like being the first person in line to catch a train. If I'm in my vehicle, I like being the first person to catch it. So didn't get the time, didn't hear the horn approaching a grade crossing before mine. So I just had to get out the truck and just catch this one on foot. But it's not the same. Since I'm here in West Newton, Pennsylvania, and I've liked, oh my goodness, freight trains since the chassis system era, which eventually became CSX. I'm also going to give my critique. Wycliffe, Ohio has some ashy lights. Those are new, but that's ugly. I've addressed it. Those lights been saying, eyes tired, boss. These in West Newton, either they look like they have a disability or they look like they fighting for position to see, ooh, who's coming? Do better, CSX. Do better. Right here. Off the Altoona, Horseshoe Curve, as far as I'm concerned, a Railfann's national landmark. Lego. I knew when I saw the word Gallitzin, I was thinking about the tunnel. And I believe I am over top of the tracks as I speak. We'll soon see. Matter of fact, I know I'm looking at the tracks below me now. That's pretty dope. Literally over the tracks. That's pretty dope. under a city. All of the years of railfanning that I've done, this is the absolute first time I can recall recording the train from above it. Wow, it finishes off. Hold my breath. But wait, there's more. fastest trains I have witnessed. Good time, I'll take it, especially at this beautiful. Now I finish this off. Bella! Hermosa Vista. That there was a beautiful view. The main two railroads that I knew I was going to get footage on would be the old B&O Railroad as well as the Norfolk Southern going from Chicago to New York, tri-state area. So Gallitzin, great spot. Whoever put up the items for the rail fans did a wonderful job. I mean, may as well make the most of it. And right after that, it was a short trip. I've seen videos of Horseshoe Curve from other rail fans, beautiful footage. So I had to see it for myself, just like at some point I'm going to have to see Tehachapi Curve out there in California. In due time, I'll see it. I think the only thing missing from this particular trip was that I want to do it with a drone camera. With the railroad being so high, yeah, I want to go ahead and get a drone camera. It's due time anyway. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to see it for myself. So yeah, without further ado. Rolls up like this. Oh, it's up there too. Wow. Sharp turn. That's a sharp turn. Props to the engineers. Props to the engineers. The manager said make it happen. I don't care how you do it, make it happen. They made it happen. Bella. Hermosa Vista. Again, another great landmark and nice setup for the rail fans that come through the area. So, I mean, with it being right up the street from Altoona, I may as well go ahead and get some footage out of grade crossing, of course. So, thanks to Google Maps, I was able to find one all up in the cut. And speaking of in the cut, as soon as I pulled up, I had to scout out a place for me to post up. Thankfully, it's not a lot of traffic that comes through there, so I don't have to worry about a vehicle getting in front while I'm looking to get some footage. So, yeah, I found me a nice little place to post up. Nice grade crossing. I already knew it was going to be going slow with the horseshoe curve being right up the street, but no problem to me. I'm thankful to have gained some footage. Huh. I got one. Bella. All rise. Oh, there's one. See headlights. Keep it going. Pamela, Toona, all right. What tripped me out about I remember doing the drive through Nebraska, and Interstate 80 was the highlights as far as the roadways. In this case, it's Route 22. In Ohio, Route 22 is a scenic route, a two-lane road almost entirely through the state, minus Cincinnati. But through Pennsylvania, 22 and 30, yeah, they make their marks known. I mean, outside of the Pennsylvania Turnpike and interstates, Route 22 is a major player through that state. So, yeah, it was a good drive. I mean, it was just one slight step short of an interstate as far as taking Route 22, and I was on it for a little bit. So, to get my Railfanning footage and then to head back to Pittsburgh real quick and make it to Pam's Diner, yeah, I'm glad. This is my second time here at Pam's Diner. And the first time I came here, it was so good that I saved it on my Google Maps. So anytime I come to Pittsburgh, this is my premier option for breakfast. Personally, I think that Pittsburgh is a beautiful scenery. I say again, props to the engineers for having the roadways, oh my goodness, the roadways built where three major rivers come together. Downtown, I might add. A major railroad, two major railroads, because yeah, both the Norfolk Southern as well as the B&O go through there. Steel City. I mean, those are beautiful views. Look at that. I would not be there in the winter though. That's just the one thing. I don't know how nice of a place Pittsburgh is to live, but I do not want to be there in the winter. Not with the dips, the hills and the valleys, and potentially sliding in the snow. No thanks. But summertime, yeah, I think that's a nice place to visit. I'd like to see the city, take my time through the city at some point. But I digress. Yeah, I figured, I've gotten footage in C Weekly. Matter of fact, I had a trade meet in C Weekly. Very nice footage. And so, I think it's called Homestead. Let me see. I have one more place to go, as far as I'm concerned, and then I'd head on back.
Nothing on the radio.
Oh my goodness, the way it was at that spot though. Yeah, they were playing with me, especially Norfolk Southern. They were playing with me. Like, it's not the same. I just waited, and then I went to the store. No, I went across the tracks, and as soon as I did, one showed up. It's not the same. It just didn't work out with the Norfolk Southern. And that was the busier railroad, but that happened a couple times. And then, in this case, B&O it stepped up. CSX. Della all right. I may come back to Pittsburgh because I do think this is a nice spot. And I did not get my just due because the camera, it's something that made the camera hazy. The same thing happened when I was in Cleveland, on the outskirts of Cleveland catching a train. And it was just like hazy, in and out, as opposed to remaining crispy clear. And it's not the same. And so, yeah, I was getting frustrated doing this particular video. But for whatever reason, I was inspired to keep it on. So I kept it rolling. I mean, maybe I would catch a train meet, whatever the case may be. I mean, I've already waited. Trains were waiting for me to leave out, and then it was one that would pop up, almost like they just waiting around the bushes, like they were saying. And now, just to tick me off. But, this last one, yeah, man, I figured it was about time for me to head on back to Columbus. It was going to be a 3-hour drive. Still in the daytime, so I was going to be well awake, but it was time to go ahead and wrap it on up. So, even with the haziness going in and out, bumping, I went ahead and got the footage. But I must admit, I'm glad I kept the camera rolling, because all of a sudden, I'm hearing the horn. I wish I would have turned around. Golly. I wish I would have turned around and saw that one gate coming down, because if I did, I'd have been able to get the whole thing. But nevertheless, it still turned out to be a nice bump it, we do it live kind of video. So I'm still gonna go ahead and accept it for what it is. Wow. Okay. Villa. All right.
Money keep rolling in. Money keep rolling in. Money keep rolling in.